Let's see. Let's see if we're Okay, are we all right? We're live. Hey, folks, Jordan Sheridan, live status coup in the house. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful day. This is going to be a rapid fire live stream as I'm going on the Vanguard, I believe around 6:15 Eastern. If you're not familiar with their channel, it's two cool dudes talking politics, and I'm looking forward to going on with them. So definitely, we'll probably be about 45, 50 minutes for this live stream. Please smash the like button. Please share this live stream. As you know, we're struggling with YouTube suppression. We already have more likes than views. Wait till you see YouTube's response, what they responded to me about the fact that yesterday we had, I believe, 413 likes, but by the end of it, 188 views. So as likes were going up, views were going way down, if that makes sense. So smash the like button, share that live stream. Colin's showing you on the screen. Reminder, make sure you hover over the near the subscribe button, hover over the bell, and make sure you are clicked on all notifications, that you have all notifications set. A lot of people have told me they put it on all notifications, but it got switched to some or personalized. I wonder why. So definitely make sure you're set on all notifications. By the way, we were going to have the members call tonight. Silly me, didn't realize it was my mother-in-law's birthday today. So instead, I'm doing dinner with them. We're going to have our members only call tomorrow night, Wednesday night. So I hope I'm not ruining anybody's evening tonight. But members only call tomorrow night, which is why you should sign up as a member. Statuscoup.com/join, statuscoup.com/join. You can become a member for as low as $5 a month. $5 a month. So definitely sign up, statuscoup.com/join, and support this current live stream at statuscoup.live. Statuscoup.live. We're really trying to push people over to statuscoup.live. Makes a big difference. So press statuscoup.live. Let me put it in the super chat area. Statuscoup.live. Statuscoup.live. I'll pin it at the top there. That's where you could donate. And we're currently planning a reporting road trip to focus on evictions, to focus on people facing eviction, losing their unemployment, other economic struggles. So we need your support now more than ever. So please smash that like button, share this live stream. I have another exclusive report that I just broke. We posted it. Colin, if you could pick up the audio, they're saying. We posted it. Should I pick up the audio? Tell me if that's all right. 1 2 1 2. How's my audio, folks? Let me know. If just posted on our Substack another piece that I just did, exclusive reporting about another worker in the Amazon Staten Island warehouse that has filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board. Didn't want to put it in the headline because, interestingly enough, hold on, Colin, you hearing the volume? One, two, 1 2. Let me know if that's better. So I didn't want to put it in the headline because, interestingly enough, when you put Amazon in the headline on YouTube, suddenly you get no views. So we're going to cover that in a few minutes. But first, I wanted to start. Super Chat's welcome, by the way. I wanted to start credit to ProPublica, who I've pitched stories to before on Flint, and they didn't want to cover it. But credit to ProPublica because they are out with an explosive report. We already know the wealthy don't pay taxes. I don't think we knew it was to this degree. Hold on one second. Cut out the bottom. So let's, Colin, if we could show the ProPublica report, because this is damn good reporting. The headline: the secret IRS files, trove of never-before-seen records, reveal how the wealthiest avoid income tax. In 2007, Jeff Bezos, then a millionaire and now the world's richest man, did not pay a penny in federal income taxes. He achieved the feat again in 2011. In 2018, Tesla founder Elon Musk, the second richest person in the world, also paid no federal income tax. Michael Bloomberg managed to do the same in recent years. Billionaire investor Carl Icahn did it twice. George Soros paid no federal income tax 3 years in a row. ProPublica has obtained a vast trove of Internal Revenue Service data on the tax returns of thousands of the nation's wealthiest people. I call them the oligarchs, covering more than 15 years. The data provides an unprecedented look inside the financial lives of America's titans, including Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Rupert Murdoch, and Mark Zuckerberg. It shows not just their income and taxes, but also their investments, stock trades, gambling winnings, and even the results of their audits. Taken together, it demolishes the cornerstone myth of the American tax system that everyone pays their fair share and the richest Americans pay the most. The IRS records show that the wealthiest can, perfectly legally, pay income taxes that are only a tiny fraction of the hundreds of millions, if not billions, their fortunes grow each year. So I want to move down a little bit. Ultra wealthy by the numbers. Let's look at, if you could bring it down to that chart, Warren Buffett. Wealth growth, 24.3 billion. Okay. Total income reported, 125 million. Total taxes paid, 10%. Let me repeat. 24.3 billion is paying 10%. Jeff Bezos, 99 billion. Total income reported, and this is over a decade, by the way, 4.22 billion. Wow. Looks like, what is that? I'm not good at math. Less than 1%? Michael Bloomberg, 22.5 billion, 10 billion total income reported. 292 million he's paid in taxes on 22.5 billion wealth. Elon Musk, 13.9 billion. He's paid 455 million. 455 million. No one among the 25 wealthiest avoided as much tax as Buffett, who says, by the way, remember Obama pulled Buffett along to say secretaries, Warren Buffett should pay the same as his secretaries. By the way, Warren Buffett was one of the biggest investors in the Dakota Access Pipeline. I don't know if you know that, and other terrible things. Oh, excuse me. Learn to do math, Jordan. It says right there, 0.5. No, it's 0.1, not 10%. You're right. This is why I failed math, by the way, in 11th grade. This is why I failed math in 11th grade. So it's 0.1%. Excuse me. Let me go back to that. 0.1%. Warren Buffett looks like is that less than 1% for Jeff Bezos. And you see Bloomberg and Elon Musk. No one among the 25 wealthiest avoided as much tax as Buffett, the grandfatherly centibillionaire. That's perhaps surprising given his public stance as an advocate of higher taxes for the rich. According to Forbes, his riches rose 24.3 billion between 2014 and 2018. Over those years, the data shows Buffett reported paying 23.7 million. That works out to a true tax rate of 0.1%, or less than 10 cents for every 100 he added to his wealth. I want to move down because this one stood out to me. Consider Bezos' 2007, one of the years he paid zero in federal income taxes. Amazon stock more than doubled. Bezos' fortune leapt 3.8 billion, according to Forbes, whose wealth estimates are widely cited. How did a person enjoying that sort of wealth explosion end up paying no income tax? In that year, Bezos, who filed his taxes jointly with his then wife, reported a paltry, for him, 46 million in income, largely from interest and dividend payments on outside investments. He was able to offset every penny he earned with losses from side investments and various deductions like interest expense on debts and the vague catch-all category of other expenses. In 2011, a year in which his wealth held roughly steady at 18 billion, Bezos filed a tax return reporting he lost money. His income that year was more than offset by investment losses. What's more, because according to the tax law, he made so little, he even claimed and received a $4,000 tax credit for his children. His wealth is at 18 billion. He got $4,000 from the government. His tax avoidance is even more striking if you examine 2006 to 2018, a period for which ProPublica has complete data. Bezos' wealth increased by 127 billion, according to Forbes, but he reported a total of 6.5 billion in income. The 4.1 billion he paid in personal federal taxes is a massive number, yet it amounts to 1.1 true tax rate on the rise in his fortune. And just look at that chart. Jeff Bezos's wealth all the way up there, total taxes paid all the way down there. That wealth, that chart looks eerily similar to productivity that has skyrocketed among workers and wages that have stayed flatlined among those same workers. So these are absolutely staggering numbers. Absolutely staggering numbers. And by the way, folks, I'm seeing some comments. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. If you are a Status Coup subscriber, and you are not getting notifications when we're live, okay? According to YouTube, there's a way for you to look in your notifications queue. Send us a screenshot of your notifications queue showing us that no notification came through. Make sure you're set on all notifications. Make sure you are set. Colin's showing you on the subscribe button, hover over the bell, click all notifications. Very important, because YouTube is saying we need to see examples from 3 people who are not getting notifications and a screenshot of their notifications queue. I believe that exists, showing it's not there. Should be pretty simple. So please make sure you click on all notifications. Send us a screenshot. Info@statuscoup.com. Info@statuscoup.com. Send that screenshot. It makes a big difference. We want to get back to YouTube with the evidence. Not that we expect them to tell us the truth after, but there's a method to our madness. We have an idea, but we need to do the steps YouTube has told us. So what I find amazing about this is clearly these loopholes, which Democrats claim they want to get rid of. These loopholes exist because, just like the trade deals that have been written by multinational companies and the banks, the tax laws are essentially written by multinational conglomerates and the banks. So loopholes, yes, but the bottom line is the financial industry and Wall Street people will say, but Jeff Bezos and Amazon lost money, bled money for the first decade of their existence before turning a profit. So after they lost money, you want them to pay significant taxes? What motivation is that for entrepreneurs once they actually succeed that you're going to take money from them? Well, first of all, Amazon has largely succeeded through illegal behavior, like stealing proprietary information from smaller startups that pitch Amazon and then Amazon steals or just does copies whatever the product is and sells an Amazon version, and you see the Amazon version higher up um, in the queue on Amazon. They do, obviously they're a monopoly. So there's a lot of illegal things that Amazon does. But the bottom line is, Jeff Bezos and Amazon were able to succeed because of the American economy, because of, frankly, the unfairness of capitalism, because of the rigged system that is capitalism. Okay. So Jeff Bezos, I don't really care if he lost money for 10 years, 20 years. He's making a lot of money now. He lives in America. He barely pays his workers a living wage. I'm sorry, I don't call the $15 minimum wage a living wage. It's better than the $7.25, but go ask around if most people could live on $15 an hour. Well, no. So it's kind of absurd that these individuals, and it's not just them, I mean, it's wealthy people across the board, get away with not paying a dime, get away with paying less than 1%, get away with paying 2%, when literally they are the ones keeping wages down for workers. They are the ones literally hurting their workers. I'm talking to Amazon workers a lot more. We're going to go through our new Substack piece in a bit. They're physically hurting workers. They're mentally hurting workers. And we hear a lot from the Democratic Party that they want to do something about this, close loopholes, this and that. Well, they have a majority right now in the House. They have a majority in the Senate. Biden is president. But the problem with that is Biden and the Democrats and the Republicans, they're focused on 2022. They need these same Neanderthals like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Michael Bloomberg, who, by the way, gave $18 million to the DNC during the campaign, $18 million. They need their money to continue this Gilded Age political system, which is literally destroyed by money. So they're not going to do a damn thing about this. But you're going to have to pay every last dime on your taxes. And stories have come out about this recently, the IRS doesn't have the enforcement mechanisms or the manpower to actually go after these wealthy people. So they focus on smaller claims, on the worker bees, like you and I. And we're told that we're going to build back better. By the way, all of these corporate Neanderthals, the media, the media reports Jeff Bezos is going to space, patron saint Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, who's crazy. They do a lot of fawning media coverage. Meanwhile, they're ignoring the fact that in, I think, less than about 3 weeks, millions of people are facing eviction in this country. In some cities and states, they've already been evicted against, even though the moratorium hasn't lifted. People are prematurely losing their unemployment. People, they say, oh, wages are going up. Well, once the unemployment is taken away from Americans, wages are going to go back down because workers won't have the choice not to rush back to work because they have that safety net of unemployment. So this is all smoke and mirrors. Democrats are not interested. Obviously, Republicans are not interested in changing this. Democrats are not interested in changing this because there's a blatant, corrupt conflict of interest. Let me repeat, a basic, corrupt conflict of interest when you have the same people not paying taxes, the same people whose lobbyists, accountants influence the government, lobby the government, same people, the Democratic Party and Republican Party are desperate for their money, are desperate for their fundraising power. I mean, reports are coming out today that Joe Manchin, who says he wants to save democracy, which is a joke, well, the remaining Koch brother has really lobbied him hard to not change the filibuster, to not vote for new voting laws, the For the People Act. So I don't know. Kind of think there's something corrupt in Washington here. And the thing that is so insulting, think about this. The thing is so insulting in the Bezos example. $4,000 that you're receiving $4,000 back, Jeff Bezos, when your wealth, let me get the number again, when his wealth was at 18 billion. Can you imagine what a waitress receiving $4,000 back from the government, or a secretary, or a hotel manager, or a plumber? Keep going. Can you imagine what getting $1,000 back from the government would do? 2,000 back, 4,000 back? For actual workers, that could actually change their situation, not permanently, but give actual relief. Allow them to put away some money. Remember, the majority of Americans don't have $400 for an emergency. But Jeff Bezos is getting $4,000 back. Warren Buffett is paying less than 1% on his taxes, while he's going around with Obama in the 2010s saying, oh, I want to pay more than my secretary. I want to pay more than secretaries. Well, seems to be working hard to make sure he doesn't pay anything. It's absurd. It is absurd what's going on. And, you know, maybe the media will cover it slightly. I'm not holding my breath, though. Certainly not holding my breath. By the way, smash that like button. We got 310 people watching, 257 likes. I need every single person. Press that like button right under the live stream. Please, super chats are welcome. And if you can, go to statuscoup.live. That is our new platform through Streamlabs, where they take a lot less than YouTube. YouTube takes 30% of super chats. So whatever you want to do is fine. But if you can, statuscoup.live. Members call tomorrow night. I had to move it, so it's tomorrow night, our members call. And we need to raise money lickety-split because we're planning a road trip to report as soon as next week, to speak with people facing evictions, to speak with people facing premature loss of unemployment, to speak with people struggling for other reasons because of COVID, which is kind of being declared over. You know, I'm on SSI in New Jersey. I get $8.25 a month. We're going to speak across the board. If there's other stories we stumble upon as we're on the road, this costs money. I love all my compadres in progressive media, but we have much higher overhead than most because we actually go out in the field and cover stories. We've got to pay for our cameraman, John, me, Jen, gas. In this case, we're driving, food, hotels. It costs a lot of money. So please, please, please support us. Statuscoup.live. So the last thing I'll say about this, and then I'm going to move on. I just broke another piece on our new Substack, which you should go sign up for, about Amazon's union busting. This one, it's even worse than the last one. The last thing I'll say about this is, honestly, a lot of people didn't like it. I held my tongue and voted for Biden because of what I was seeing on the road. And I've explained that to my audience. I didn't tell you how to vote. Some people, still give me crap. I never told you how to vote. I said what I was seeing on the road at these suicide rallies, these cult suicide rallies with massless, white supremacists. I honestly got to a point where I knew who Biden was, but I would rather deal with Biden and Neera Tanden than Trump, Rudy, and QAnon. But if the Democratic Party with power, they have power right now. I don't want to hear about Manchin and Sinema. If Biden wanted to, he could muscle both of them. Lyndon B. Johnson, who did a lot of terrible things, knew how to muscle senators. When there's a will, there's a way. You're the president of the United States. But if Democrats aren't going to do jack shit on the minimum wage, aren't going to do jack shit in any form of healthcare improvement, Obamacare is not an improvement, is not going to do jack shit on the climate. Do you see the helicopters flying over water protectors and Native Americans in Minnesota right now? Literally, Department of Homeland Security and Border Control are literally flying over indigenous people to move them away as they're trying to stop another toxic climate-destroying pipeline from going through their land and their reservations. Not to mention some of the other things Biden's doing that's not good on climate. If they're not going to do anything on gentrification, i.e. economic terrorism, if they're not going to do anything on a public option or Medicare for all, I'm not voting for the Democrats again. You could save this video. You do what you want. I don't care who it is in 2022 they're up against. Because if we're going to get next to nothing from the Democrats, well, I'd rather go a different direction. I'm not going to vote Republican, but sorry, Trump's not on the ballot in 2022. God willing, you won't be in 2024. I'm not, sorry. Democratic Party needs to know they will not get our votes again if they are going to continue to come up with nonsense, bullshit excuses as they allow Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Michael Bloomberg, George Soros, and the rest of them to continue strangling you all economically, keeping you all oppressed, particularly black and brown and indigenous people, but a lot of poor whites now too, as we get slogans on building back better and restoring the soul of the nation and saving our democracy. ProPublica's story, we don't have a democracy. We have a multi-trillion-dollar corporate conglomerate masquerading as a government. So no thank you. No thank you. So smash that like button. We got 360 people watching. Let me read the super chats that were coming in. Austin, $5. Tax the rich. Know your worth. Nothing less than 25. Presents, $5. I'd love higher taxes on the rich, but campaign finance reform and green infrastructure are higher priorities. Yes, I agree. To me, the root of everything is campaign finance, no regulations really on the amount of money corporations can give through super PACs and individuals can give. Citizens United, if that was gone away and government officials actually had to, raise money by representing their citizens, you'd see a lot more populist progressive policies passing. So I agree, it's the root of all evil, and that is top priority. But what I do think is taxes are important. Taxes are important because the fact that Jeff Bezos and Michael Bloomberg and these people and the Waltons and all of them get away with paying nothing, it gives them carte blanche and license to mistreat their workers, to pay their workers next to nothing. They know I got the government in my pocket. So, sorry about COVID. We're going to force workers to work. We're not going to pay them sick leave. We'll give them barely any hazard pay. In one example, I found out they won't give masks unless you have a doctor's note in the beginning at Amazon. They'll save their masks to sell to customers. They wouldn't give it to their workers. So I do think there's a connection. It's a psychological thing when you allow a gilded age for those at the top, when you allow them to pay no taxes, when you pay them money. It's part of why they're getting away with murder on you. So I agree. I agree with that. And great reporting by ProPublica. Let's see after ProPublica reported it, how much you'll see on CNN, MSNBC about this. Let's see, because do you know CNN and MSNBC get advertisements from Amazon? Did you know that? From fossil fuel companies, from Walmart. So wonder why they don't report excessively on the toxic effect of money in politics. So presidents, $5. Good. No real progressive should be voting Biden from a safe blue or red state. That's just bad tactics. Vote third party. I'm on the train now. I say vote whoever you want. I'm never going to vote shame anyone. I'm not going to hold it against you who you vote for. But what I'm seeing, no thank you. If Trump's not on the ballot, they're not getting my vote again. Presidents, $5. Let's amend the Constitution, establish public financing, go above the Supreme Court. I would love it. But kind of got to get money out of politics to do that. So I want to move on, and a reminder: I'll be going on the Vanguard, which is a great new show with Gavin and Zach. I'll be going on around 6:15 Eastern. So looking forward to that. I want to move on to our original reporting. If you don't know, we have a brand new Substack. You can sign up for free. You could also sign up for paid. Some content will be just for paid subscribers. Some will be free for everybody. We're trying to diversify beyond YouTube because if you haven't noticed, YouTube's strangling us to death, which has hurt our revenue. So we're trying to branch out, and in this case, through written work. So investigative reporting, commentary too, interviews with people. So I've been kind of on the Amazon beat the last few days because I went to the Staten Island warehouse last week, built some sources, made some contacts, and boy, are they taking what they did in Bessemer and jacking it up, jacking it up quite a bit. Let me put the story in the super chat if you want to read along. Right there, Substack. And again, you could sign up for free. So nothing's stopping you from signing up for free. Please sign up for free. If you can't pay that $5, sign up for free. So let's read what I discovered. And I'm working on a bigger story than this that will show some problematic things. Oh, Presence corrected me. Jordan, no, we don't. We do in Article 5. That's correct. Thank you for correcting me. This bigger story will show some significant problems with Amazon and racism. So get ready for that. So I want to read what I just uncovered. Again, this is on Status Substack. We're calling it Status Substack. Exclusive. New York Amazon worker files complaint with National Labor Relations Board after a security guard blocked him from passing out union cards. So we've already broke on this Substack. We posted the insane anti-union messages that workers are bombarded with throughout the warehouse that, interestingly enough, after we reported it last week, yesterday, a lot of the signs came down. I don't know. I know Amazon follows my Twitter, but Amazon started taking down a lot of the union bashing signs all over their warehouse after I reported on it and Status Coup reported on it. So points for us. That's why independent investigative reporting is important. That's why you should support us. I haven't even mentioned sign up as a member, statuscoup.com/join, statuscoup.com/join. We're having our members only call tomorrow through Zoom, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Members only call tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. So fresh off of us posting the images, we found out fresh off a complaint filed by Staten Island Amazon worker Derek Palmer with the National Labor Relations Board over Amazon erecting an outdoor chain link fence to obstruct workers' unionization drive outside. Status Coup has learned another worker in the same warehouse has filed a complaint with the NLRB after a security guard blocked him from passing out union literature in the break room. Quote, I was handing out union literature in the break room and security came and confiscated it from me, which is blatantly against the National Labor Relations Act, NLRA. Connor Spence, a JFK 8 employee who is part of the Amazon labor union group, attempting to form a union, told Status Coup. Spence pointed out that the security guard was with a third-party company Amazon contracts called Metro One. So something, if you don't know it about Amazon, they hire a lot of third-party companies for security, for consultants, which are really union busters who come down to Alabama, who come down to New York. It's in part so they can have plausible deniability if there's some bad apples among their contractors doing bad things. So as Connor pointed out, Amazon likes to, quote, hide behind the third party, but Amazon is responsible for what their third party employees do, he added. And there you see the subscribe now button. So you can subscribe to our Substack for $5 a month. We're really trying to build up Substack as a complement complement, alternative, whatever, to YouTube because YouTube's just killing us and a lot of other channels. The literature Spence handed out on May 16th were pamphlets that explained Amazon can't interfere with union organizing. But when he began placing the pamphlets down on the break room table, a security guard approached him, took a picture of his badge, company badge, and told him, quote, you're not allowed to be doing that, and took the pamphlets. So you got to love the irony. He's putting down pamphlets to explain to workers who are bombarded all day with anti-union messages, who are being psychologically intimidated into even considering the union by Amazon. He's putting down pamphlets to dispel that, to say Amazon cannot interfere with union organizing. And that pamphlet actually referenced the case in Queens that Amazon had to settle because of union busing. So while he's putting down those pamphlets saying, you don't have to be scared, you can consider the union, you can talk to us, a security guard comes over and pulls away the pamphlets. So as Spence pushed back to the head of security, as Spence pushed back to the head of security, Section 7 and 8 of the NLRA, the National Labor Relations Act, outlaws employers from interfering with union activities such as the type Spence was conducting. He filed a complaint with the NLRB regional office in Brooklyn the next day, but it was only yesterday, June 7th, that Amazon's HR, the head of HR, called Connor into a meeting and, according to him, apologized for the security guard obstructing his attempt to hand out union pamphlets. Quote, "We just want to apologize what that security guard did. He wasn't directed by us to do that." Yeah, I'm sure. "You have your right to hand out literature in the break room." Spence recounted the head of HR telling him, adding that it's a big deal that Amazon's head of HR admitted guilt. But HR was informed about the incident by security soon after it happened, Spence claimed, making an apology nearly 3 weeks later, likely connected to his complaint with the NLRB. Quote, "I don't know if they did that because the NLRB has decided to move forward with the complaint. If they wanted to apologize, they could have done it the same day or the next day because they know about it since it happened." HR's apology to Spence on Monday came the same day Status Coup learned Amazon took down a large volume of anti-union signage it had bombarded workers with in the back and front of the Staten Island warehouse. Quote, "Recently, they've been taking down a lot of the union busting stuff. I think they're getting scared," Spence said, alluding to other media outlets that are currently digging into Amazon. Won't hold my breath, but I have heard that a major outlet is planning an Amazon piece about their heinous safety conditions during the pandemic. At the same time Amazon pulled back on some of its most aggressive union busting, the company also sent out an email and text to JFK 8 workers on Monday listing the great benefits workers receive on the first day of employment. So this is kind of a tactic by Amazon. And thank you so much for the super chat, Kelly Elaine, $20. Keep them coming if you can. We really need your support, guys. Support this independent investigative reporting. Not a lot of people doing it, if you haven't noticed. So what Amazon does is, as they are union busting, okay, as they, from what I'm being told, refuse to pay disability claims for hurt workers who are then forced to go on state disability, don't pay their workers what they're worth, as they do all these things, as they threaten workers with termination for not being productive enough. So as they do all these terrible things, they mix it with positive reinforcement. So signs like "we are here for you," which I'm going to get to, text messages and emails reminding you of your great benefits on day one at the company, benefits that don't include paid sick leave. So it's a psychological war. They give you a lot of brainwashing propaganda about unions, and then they try to tell you, you have it good. You don't need the union. Look at your benefits. Look at your pay. We give $15 an hour. In New York, it's a little more. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. If you can't live off your wages, your benefits don't I don't want to say don't matter, but are not sufficient. If you can't live off your wages, if you have to struggle off your wages, working 10, 12 hours a day, almost every single Amazon workers I talk to has physical injuries. Most common, back problems. I want to continue the piece we broke. And again, if you're coming to this late, here it is. In our Substack, sign up for our Substack. You could sign up for free. Nothing, you won't get every article, but you'll get most. Or paid. We'll have other perks like a weekly Q&A with our paid subscribers. Sign up for $5 on Substack. I want to also point out the positive messaging came in addition to messaging around the warehouse that says, "We are here for you," and urging workers to reach out to their manager or HR if they have any question. So there's one of the signs that workers are indoctrinated with, alternate signs from the majority union busting signs. But one JFK8 worker told Status Coup the Kumbaya signage is bunk. Quote, people are terrified in there. They're terrified of losing their jobs. A lot of them support families. A lot of them have kids. Some of them are taking care of their parents and grandparents. Natalie Monarez told Status Coup. She's a worker. She added that the warehouse workers are threatened with termination daily by managers and supervisors if they aren't working fast enough. Quote, the leadership tactics are all about fear and intimidation. It's reinforced every day. As Status Coup previously reported, Monarez went to the same HR claiming that we are here from you at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, attempting to help an older employee with health issues. Quote, I went to HR in March 2020 and said there's a senior citizen I work with who has diabetes. She's more vulnerable to this COVID. So can I get her an N95 mask? Because I know you guys have them here because all of HR, keyword, key phrase, all of HR, the executives and managers had N95 masks on in March 2020. And the HR representative just looked at me and without even hesitating said, we're not giving them out to workers. You have to have a doctor's note. So think about that. Think about that. Managers, supervisors, and executives were given N95 masks in March 2020 when this pandemic, when this pandemic hit America. I think it hit America a little bit earlier, but they wouldn't give their workers N95 masks. They wouldn't give their workers any type of mask. Why? Because they wanted to save it for customers. Because profit was more important than people. Profit was more important than the people making that profit. And somebody who has diabetes and an older worker get a doctor's note. Meanwhile, all the aristocracy at Amazon had their N95 masks. And they're putting up signs, we are here for you. There was 20,000 that we know of, 20,000 cases of COVID at Amazon. God knows how many deaths. From what I was told, there was no social distancing to be had. There was no hand sanitizer at first. Thank you, Elias, $9.99. Thanks for the great work. F YouTube censoring. I'm gonna release at some point my whole email chain with YouTube, and it's gonna make your head explode. It's gonna make your head explode. So wait for that. Yair, $10. Amazon actively recruits Marine Corps vets for warehouse manager positions. I've been solicited many times. Yair, that's true. They also solicit, from what I hear, people without college degrees, people without high school degrees, people with drug problems. This isn't to degrade those people at all, but it shows you they're trying to find people who are desperate. They're trying to find people that don't have any leverage and don't have a work history, that don't have a resume. They're trying to find people that will take abuse because they don't have a ton of experience to go elsewhere, or they're trying to get off drugs or whatever. Again, those people should have access to great jobs, but it shows you who they're trying to get. Who they're trying to get. So, Amazon, shocker, didn't respond to me. The third party security didn't respond. The NLRB did respond to me. I'm just waiting for them. So I'm just waiting for their response. They were asking me for the case number. So once I have their response, we'll update the article. But honestly, to me, I think a lot of people think companies like Amazon, it's just insurmountable. There's no way to go up against them. And I don't want to diminish what they did in Bessemer, Alabama. But Bessemer, Alabama is 8%. 8% of workers are unionized. Pretty bad. New York, 22% of workers are unionized, one of the top rates in the country. I'm not saying New York is a progressive populist bastion. It's not. Andrew Cuomo is the governor. Need I say more about that Republican, who also is creepy and does sexual harassment and has been accused of assault too? But New York is better fighting ground for these organizers who, I'm not going to say all of their strategy, because I don't think Amazon knows all of their strategy, but it seems they have learned some of the lessons from Bessemer's failure. Also, they're not doing this through a union. They're doing it through the workers. The workers in Bessemer did it through a union. I'm not attacking that union, but sometimes unions are not as connected to the workers they're trying to represent. Well, in this case, workers are approaching other workers to try to talk to them about the union, try to dispel the myths Amazon, the propaganda feeding them, handing out union cards, setting up barbecues right outside the warehouse, to which Amazon put a fence around with a beware of dog sign and private property sign. Right after these union organizers had a successful barbecue, Amazon put up a chain link fence. Hundreds of people showed up to that barbecue next day. Chain link fence. So this is going on in New York right now. There's been union busting in other Amazon warehouses, and I'm going to continue reporting on it because, frankly, from what I'm seeing, Amazon seems a little spooked. Whether it's my reporting, whether it's other stories they expect to come down the pipe, Amazon seems a little bit spooked. And from what I hear from sources, the National Labor Relations Board, which federally I think is a little weak, well, actually a lot weak, on the state level in New York, they hate Amazon. They hate Amazon. And Amazon will not as easily get away with this union busting. So very important to keep covering this. I'm going to continue going to the Staten Island warehouse to give updates, go live, talk to workers. I'm getting more sources from Amazon every day. I started with a few. I've gotten a few since then. So they're feeding me quite a lot. And I just want to ask you guys, please, if you can, like I know there's a lot of channels out there, too many channels in my opinion. And I know you're supporting a lot of different people. If you can, please support our investigative reporting, because that's what makes Status Coup. We don't just pontificate from a studio, we dig. We also, I know I've told you this for a while, we have another big Flint story coming out. It's been stuck because, unfortunately, for this one, we have to rely on a corporate outlet for many reasons, which I'll explain after it's published. It's a very, very big story, and I think it's moving along a little faster now because I spoke with folks from this outlet the other day. So I think it's moving along a little bit faster. But honestly, with the censorship going on right here, we got 118,000 subscribers. We're barely cracking most days 300 live viewers. Doesn't make sense. I have viewers all the time telling me they're not getting notifications, which I told you in the beginning. If you're late to this, YouTube asked us, even though we've sent them screenshots, you've had it on all. If you've had it on all notifications, and you're not getting anywhere, and you're not getting notifications, please, hold on one second. Please make sure you email me, info@statuscoup.com. I'd love to get more than 3 examples. info@statuscoup.com. Send us the screenshot of your notification queue from today if you didn't get a notification, from yesterday, whatever. Please send us info@statuscoup.com, info@statuscoup.com. So that's it. I'm going on the Vanguard, which is another YouTube channel in a couple, I think 6:15. So you could check me out there. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Again, we're currently working on booking a reporting trip on the road. So that's another reason we need your help. And please sign up statuscoup.com/join, statuscoup.com/join. Become a member for $5 a month. We have our members only call through Zoom tomorrow night. Members could tell you it's a lot of fun. We usually go about 2 hours. I probably share way too much, including my constipation, among other things. But also give you a little bit more behind the scenes on our reporting, the obstacles we're facing. We share a lot on those member calls, and I love it. I love talking to our members. It's like a nice little family Zoom. So definitely sign up if you can. statuscoup.com/join. Become a member for just $5 a month. $5 a month. And I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's live stream, and hopefully for the members call tomorrow night. statuscoup.com/join. And again, you could sign up for our Substack for free. We'd love you to sign up for the paid option too, which you'll get some individual perks there. But nothing stopping you from signing up for free from our Substack. So please support Status, Coup, and investigative reporting. I'm working on another Amazon story, which is a lot bigger than anything I've reported yet. So definitely tune in for that. I will see you. I still haven't done a member Zoom call. Austin, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, Austin? Tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, members only Zoom call. All right, folks, I will see you back here tomorrow. Usually we go live around 4 o'clock Eastern. I was a little late because I had a doctor's appointment today. So definitely